Hello, everybody. Welcome to BC Buckets. I'm Matthew Bruni. That's Colin Mitchell. Colin, the Detroit Pistons are on the clock, and the pick is already in.
Yeah,
Pick is already in.
quick,
Y'all
kind of
wasted no
quick,
time.
kind of quick.
You wasted no time. You didn't even let it get down to like 3 minutes on the clock. So y'all know who you want. Who are y'all taking here?
Troy is weird, but he's very decisive. I think he goes Cam Whitmore. But he could also do some weird stuff because he's known to do some weird stuff. I mean, I feel like Taylor Hendricks is in play. I don't think Jarris Walker is in play for Troy. Ausar Thompson, he's really high on. I mean, obviously, Pistons wanted to hire Kevin Ollie.
Yep.
So I think Cam's the right pick here, but I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. And I also don't know what the right pick is going to be because I don't think it's clear cut anymore. This is where the draft starts, whereas before the Pistons, had Cade. They got Cade and Jaden.
Yeah. We both have Cam Whitmore very high on our boards. I have him 4, you have him 3.
Yeah.
I would love Cam Whitmore in this spot personally as an athletic wing that can develop with Ivy and Cunningham. Go ahead.
And the biggest thing for me is that he can play off ball so well. I think that's the biggest thing because I think Cade obviously needs the ball in his hand. Jaden Ivey obviously is going to need the ball in his hand. You need a guy that can be off ball, and his cutting is great. His athleticism is great. I mean, if Amon Thompson wasn't in this draft, he's the best athlete in this draft. Close, probably, maybe Scoot.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can go wrong with Cam Whitmore. If you pick an Ausar Thompson, then I need to see something. I need to know why.
I'm thinking about the SR fit, and I don't know about it. Look, we just got done raving about Amon Thompson. I think the fit makes a lot of sense with the Rockets there. Ausar Thompson's interesting. I have him a little bit lower on my board. Here comes the pick. So let's see the pick, and let's go from there.
With the 5th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Ausar Thompson.
Okay, there's Ausar.
Woo!
All right, we have an interesting pick. This might be the first pick in a few years that has you kind of scratching your chin a little bit.
Yeah, I like the Killian pick too.
Yeah, you've liked all the picks.
Man,
we might have a question mark here.
Here's the
Detroit.
thing. Here's the thing. I think he could be a really good player. I think Cam Whitmore could be All NBA. I don't know if Ausar Thompson could be All NBA. The fit's interesting for me because I don't think he's an off-ball player.
Yeah,
like I just don't see that. His shooting is not great. I mean, he had good improvement, but he's a 30.1% catch and shoot player. It's tough.
Okay,
I'm not mad at it. I'm trying to figure out the fit. Like I'm trying to see how he fits next to Cade Cunningham and Jake. Exactly. He's 215, 6'7". He needs the ball in his hands. I feel like to be good. Obviously,
I mean, he might be older than Jaden Ivey.
20.
Ausar is 20 and a half years old.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jaden's probably not as close, but regardless, I mean, heck, Cade's probably close to that age too. I'm just saying you have them all in the same timeline, and they all need the ball in their hands at this point. I just don't see Ausar as an off-the-ball player. However, he has a higher shooting upside than I'm in.
Yes.
Even though we shouldn't be comparing them directly.
He's a great defender.
He's an awesome defender.
Great defender.
Like, I think he's a better defender than I'm in Thompson. I think he's one of the best defenders in this draft, bar none. There's just the scoring question mark there. And it's a massive question mark because how does he get on the court with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey? Like when you have
here's a second thing that I could be thinking of, and I don't know if this could happen. It could also be a pick to play for later for trading if someone wanted Ausar. I don't know if that's the thing, but I do know that Troy did like Ausar Thompson. It's just hard to see the fit because, like you said, they're on the same timeline, and you have 2 ball handlers already on the team. I mean, Jaden Ivey and Killian is not an amazing player. Obviously, he's an okay player, but that's the reason why he was relegated to the bench. That's why he was relegated to the bench is because Jaden Ivey needed, and that he was relegated to the bench without Cade on the court.
Yeah,
Killian was.
And how repetitive is Killian Hayes and Ausar Thompson?
Right, exactly.
Like 6'6" wings guards that can defend but not really shoot and
that can pass the ball. And Killian, I think, is a way better passer. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. I have to see it to believe it. I'm not mad at the pick, but I'm not elated with the pick.
All right, we gotta move on to the Magic. The pick. Yeah. But all right, this is interesting. Bookmark this. This in history, and we'll come back on it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. The Pistons are back on the board here, and we're recording this after the fact because we just found out that the 25th pick was traded from the Celtics to the Pistons, and the Pistons traded up to get Marcus Sasser from Houston. Colin,
Yeah.
In the live reaction, we loved this fit for the Celtics.
We did.
Because the Celtics just got rid of Marcus Smart, and you get a tough defender that can shoot the hell out the ball, that is experienced, that can help you win right away. What do you think about the fit on the Pistons?
I like the fit, but there's some question marks on who's going to be taken out. Because obviously, if Killian Hayes is a really good defender, you have Jaden Ivey who needs the ball in his hands. You have Cade Cunningham. I think Marcus Sasser, out of those three, obviously don't really need the ball in his hands. Ausar Thompson, who we just drafted, needs the ball in his hands maybe. To see how that goes. But Marcus Sasser, I feel like, although he's a guard, he might not need it in his hands, but it's still weird to me that they get a guy, obviously, to address his defensive problems, playmaking problems, shooting problems, because he was such a good shooter. But he is 6'2", so he can guard ones and twos, and that means that someone else isn't going to be able to be on the court at the same time. So it's interesting to me. I like him as a player. I just need to know what the vision is in terms of who's going to stay and who's going to go.
Yeah, no offense to the Pistons. I liked him a lot better when he's playing with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, no, I did too.
Well, it's not even a diss to Cade Cunningham or Jaden Ivey. It's like those are guards. When you play him with Jason Tatum, it's kind of like he's creating it, and the guards kind of
they work around him. Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
With the Pistons, it's going to be Cade, Jaden, and you're going to have to work everything else around them. And Ausar now, and you have to work everything else off them. So I don't know the fit, but at the end of the day, I think they believed that he's an NBA player, and I believe he's an NBA player.
I agree.
And for that reason, you take NBA players. Like, you might spend a year in the G League, and then you see where your roster is at in 2 years and go from there. But Marcus Sasser is an NBA player to me because he can play defense. He can shoot the hell out the ball, 48% on catch and shoots, 38.4% from three on the year. And a lot of those are tough step backs. A lot of those are side steps after combination dribbles. Like, this is a dude who can just flat out score the ball and has done so every year of his career. And has also been an elite defender on an elite defensive team every year of his career. So 22-and-a-half-year-old senior, old guy, 6'2". But I'm betting on all of those things that he showed in college being able to translate fairly well at the NBA level.
I mean, I completely agree. It's just he had the ball in his hands a lot in college.
He did.
And I don't foresee that on the Pistons with the current roster makeup.
He has to be off the ball.
He has to be off the ball. Or Killian's gone.
So many ball, yeah. I don't know. How much did Killian have the ball in his hands last year?
I mean, when he was the backup guard. I mean, unless you want to count Corey Joseph, which I don't count Corey Joseph. So, I mean, he could replace Corey Joseph. But the thing with Killian is that he defended at a high level, but he couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
And he could play make. Now, I don't know how much Marcus Sasser is a playmaker compared to Killian Hayes, but he can shoot way better than Killian Hayes. So, if that's what they're going for, Killian's in a guard. Killian can guard up to 3, but he's in a guard 1s and 2s. Sasser's only going to guard 1s and 2s, maybe 2s, depending on who he's up against. So, I think it really depends on what they plan on doing with this roster makeup, especially with Ausar. I like the player. I really like the player. I just don't know about the fit.
It'll be interesting. I'm buying Marcus Sasser. If nothing else, him and Luka Garza in the G League next year are going to kill people.
I don't think Luka Garza is on the G League team for the Pistons anymore.
Not there anymore?
No.
Tragic.
I think he's on Minnesota for some reason.
Oh,
yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all for joining us. We will talk to y'all later.